Okay, guys, Crystal's getting much worse. I've tried to decide what the catalysts were. It's been two things. One, her son. And number two, this AI therapist, and a quotation mark therapist. She has a robot on the internet she calls a therapist who she trusts. She doesn't trust regular doctors because they're fake, they're actors. Tonight has been very telling. So she saw a young lady who recently had surgery and has a walker, a very young lady. Not uncommon. You have a pelvic fracture, a hip replacement, happens to young people, okay? You get a walker to go home with. And she saw a young lady with a walker. And of course, I found out her turning everything around to relate to her, even though nothing does, is called hyperreflexivity. So everything she sees or hears relates back to her. She relates it to her. So she's just seen this woman, never seen her before, and then let's go on.
Oh, they did that in Gloucestershire. They roughed up a dummy. They dressed up a tailor's dummy like me, and then they broke its legs and stuck it in a wheelchair. Up in Gloucester, they used to intimidate and frighten, so they bashed up a dummy, a dummy that's in a shop with my hair, and chopped its legs and stuck it in a wheelchair. That was in the Gloucestershire Museum.
So a mannequin in a museum was meant to be an effigy of her.
They intimidate and frighten people. They intimidate and frighten people. Yeah, it's all coming back to me now because I'm having therapy. Intense therapy, do you know what I mean? Intense it is. Absolutely.
That's frightening because she's manufacturing scenarios and delusions in her head and thinking they really happened.
The video with sexual undertones in it. Yeah, it was funny, but it wasn't my sense of humour.
Who sent the video?
All I said to my son was, why did you send that video to me? It wasn't nasty. He just said it was funny. He said it was a funny video. It was a bit rude to send to your mum. It was a bit rude to send to your mum.
Son better watch out or he'll be on the outs next. Now, if you wondered if she has hallucinations, I found several times in her videos recently where she obviously is having auditory hallucinations. We know she has visual hallucinations. Her memories are delusions. But here's another example. So
they won't show their face. They don't want to be judged. They don't want to be judged by what they look like, but they do it to me. It takes getting used to. I spent years wearing earphones, listening to music. And then I thought I was going crazy. I couldn't block their voices out of my head.
Reason I bring that up is that last night's walk, she kept hearing children yelling. And there were none. I put my headphones on. I fiddled with the audio. I listened on different devices. there were no children. She also walked by the neighbor with the pugs door last week, and she could hear them talking about her. And if you live in Rochester, just know that she is stalking people. As that video I put on my community post said, oftentimes these people who feel they are being stalked are the actual stalkers. I can compile 1 million videos where she has stalked people. But let's have an example. And remember, she speaks quite loudly.
They're doing, but adults do. There's no excuse for their behaviour. It's vile. Vile.
The inappropriate laughter.
There's a big black lady sat on a bench.
Here we go again.
Big, large black woman with big breasts, with her hair down like me.
Why would you do this? It gets worse.
Thought we'd get a back view because that's supposed to look like me from behind. They go into my Facebook and copy the pictures.
Mind you, she's watching. She can hear everything being said. And this rude woman who claims she's being insulted and having racist slurs called to her is absolutely racist. If anybody knows David Starawicki in London, who works at a gym because his mother has said his name 1 million times, told all his details, you need to get your mother help, and fast. Unfortunately, I'm going to upload a video by Dr. Grande to my community post. It'll be number 2 in the series of 3. The longer this behavior goes on and these symptoms, the harder it is to treat. It is true that her mother had paranoid schizophrenia, but she has been controlled by medication since 1979, I think she said, 72 or 79. And her mother seems like a lovely woman. And unfortunately, this woman has poisoned her own children against their grandmother. They don't even know their grandmother because of the stories this one's told, which is so hurtful. So hurtful. Thankfully, she has one granddaughter who helps her. How horrible to do to your own children. Rob them of their grandmother. And they believe you. And this son believes what his mother says. So I'm starting to wonder, is this all genetic? It's passed to her. And how are the kids? You know? This poor woman is just sitting on a bench, having to listen to this moron say these horrible things. People in Rochester watching her, filming them. Do you want to see another example?
You're filming me?
No.
Lies right to this man's face. Everybody knows you're the stalker. Taking down number plates, filming people. Your son needs to understand you are the stalker. You cause all the problems. Your mother isn't controlling anything. The royal family, the Kent police, The NHS, nobody is controlling anything. And your AI therapist tells you what you ask it to answer. It responds to your questions and leading. This is frightening. I'm going to say she cancels the appointment with the real therapist that she has in 2 weeks. Dr. Wallace-Simby. How frightening to live in this town knowing this woman is around. And today she said to her AI therapist she wanted to carry pepper spray. She's going to become violent. And she's changing her locks so nobody in housing will be able to get into her door if there's an emergency. If I lived in that building, I'd want her out. This is a tourist town. There are children. She is horrible to children, if you haven't seen her videos. Horrible. Horrible to elderly people. Horrible to her own mother. And poisoned her children. Oh, she makes me angry. Okay, that's it.